Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mama. The road to the Olympic continues with lots and lots of events. This week alone, I watched so much figure skating. One of the events that I watched was the Nepali Trophy, which was an interesting mix. Some really fabulous performance, some really interesting performance, some this could use some work. If we jump right into the men, the top eight at this event were pretty mix of men with different styles, different programs. At number eight was Nikolai Mamola. I thought he would have been higher, but Nikolai Mamola was here at number eight. Vladimir Samilov was number seven. Jacob Sanchez found himself in the top six. Adam Hagera was fifth. Mikhail Selevko fourth. And then our podium was made up of two Italian men, Daniel Grasso in third place, Matteo Rizzo in second place, and then Kevin Amos winning this event. Some of my takeaway from watching the men's event is, to start off with, Kevin looks so good this season. As a fan of Kevin, as someone who has been watching his career, especially the last two seasons where there was so much struggle, there was so much mental, emotional, and just psychological, dissonance and pain and struggle, to see him start the season so consistent. Again, this is not perfect, but it is the most consistent that we've seen him in a while. I would even say that there is a joy to his skating now that we hadn't seen in a while. He seems more composed, he seems more calm. There used to be like these extreme mood swings from Kevin that has now sort of balanced off. His triple axel looks better and better at every competition. The quads are, like 60-40%, 60% they're gonna go right, 40% they might not go right. The bolero, still, it's I'm still processing it. I like the short program. The bolero, I'm still processing. I feel like it could be an Olympic moment, but I'm just missing something. And I don't know if it's because I need it to be skated clean, but I feel like I just need something for me to be like, here we are. In second place here was Matteo, looking much better at this event. The triple axel is a little under rotated, but the other jumps look good. I mean, not where he wants to be, but it's so early in the season that I don't feel that these skaters need to be peaking at the start of the season, because the goal is to peak at the exact right moment. It's doing those two programs in Milan. That's where you want to pick. That's where you want to have your best performance. So I'm okay with that. I'm still not 100% sold on either of his program this season. However, again, it's early. It's an early season, so I am willing to give it time to let it marinate. Daniel Grasso, I would say the short music program works well for him. I think dark, moody music is better suited to his skating than any lyrical musical, any other kind of music. I would say like the dark, somber music is a better fit for him. The jumps. Oh, the jumps. The judges, in their generosity to Daniel's jump, makes it very obvious that no matter what happened, he's going to get one of those two spots for the Italian men. The way they're pushing these awful looking jumps. And awful is the best word that I could find for his jump right now. The way that they are pushing these awful looking jumps down our throats makes me believe that he's gonna get one of these two spots. That's what I'm gonna say. Mikhail Selevko, for me, both programs are a little disjointed. I like some of the concepts in the program, but everything is just not quite together yet. The jumps are a little messy, the spins are, the choreography is not quite doing it for me. I just feel like everything is a little off. But again, I feel like I'm going to become a parrot just repeating. It's so early in the season. These programs are still being worked on. These skaters are still settling into their programs, into their jumps. So we would really have to wait and see. Adam Hagera is upgrading his technical level. He's added the quad toe, and I really like the path that he and his team are taking. Adam already has a solid foundation in terms of his skating skills and his presentation. By slowly adding to his technical difficulty, I feel like he is going to grow into a complete skater. I'm not only looking forward to see what he's going to do at this Olympic, but I'm really looking forward to see what kind of skater he's going to become next Olympic cycle. Jacob is another skater that I'm looking forward to see how he grows. Jacob is a performer. You could tell he loves the stage. However, his jump technique needs more control and his skating needs more stability. He has potential, but I feel like he doesn't have complete control of his body yet, and that kind of makes his skating a little wonky. Nikolai did not have a great outing at this event, which is troubling. The Italian men only have 2 Olympic spots, and I felt like this was a preview to the Italian men national. To be fair, Nikolai competed multiple times this season, so this could just be exhaustion. Although not clean here, I can see the potential in his program. I would have to say packaging. Okay, I would have to say in terms of his package, in terms of his music, in terms of his concept, he's one of those skaters who really thought about this being his Olympic season and the story that he wanted to tell during his Olympic season. Again, he's such a tall, long-lined skater, so he does create some just lovely pictures on the ice. I do feel like if he can get these two programs clean, it would really tell a story about what it is he's trying to achieve this Olympic cycle, and I'm really looking forward to it. The top 8 in ice dance, and I was remarkably surprised at how unpolitical the ice dance was. Usually, ice dance leaves me feeling like I've been touched by a slimy senator from the Midwest, but this competition was, I would have to say, pretty fairly judged. Um, I have a little issues here and there, but I would have to say it was pretty fairly judged. So the top 8 here were Selena Fragi and Jean Han Fournier. Seventh place was Katerina Wolfskin and Dmitry um, Sarovsky. In sixth place, Yuka Orihara and Juno Perenin. And fifth place was Lucia de Mongat and Theo Lemercier. And fourth place is Evgenia Laparova and Jeffrey Bessard. Our podium was made up of Caroline Green and Michael Parson with the bronze medal. The silver medal went to Natalie Teshlarova and Philippe Teschler. And our winner, the gold medalist, was Olivia Smart and Tim Deek. Olivia and Tim, usually I like their rhythm dance, but I'm on the fence for this rhythm dance. However, I learned my lesson from last season and I will give this program time to grow. As for the free dance, this updated version of the free dance has some really cool movement. There's the one movement I know everybody talks about where Tim literally like lifts, you know, Olivia up over from his back over his shoulder. Like that's a super cool move. There's some truly super interesting moments in this program, and I feel like by the end of the season, this could be another, oh my God, this is incredible, going into my top 10 program. Unfortunately, they weren't 100% clean here, but again, it's early in the season. This is the start of the season, so I'm not really all that worried about that. So we're going to just have to wait and see. In second place, Natalie and Philippe. I really like their rhythm dance. Nat is that girl. They look like they are having fun. They look like this is something they do as a pastime. I am such a huge fan of this pair, as you guys all know, because of their edge, their speed, their ice coverage. Everything about this pair appeals to me as a skating purist. The free dance was going so well until we got to the headstand, and I was like, why? Why would you do that? I hope they remove the headstand. It's pointless. It takes away from the program. I feel like the costuming is great. The program has so much potential. The headstand is unnecessarily gimmicky and it only takes away from the program. It doesn't enhance it. Please take it away. And then Green and Parson. The concept for their rhythm dance in theory is cute. In theory, the concept is cute. However, the delivery is not executed well. The form, the shirt with the spray on six pack, there was just a lot about it that did not quite work. The free is their strength. The lifts in this program are effortless. I wish they could put the same amount of effort into their rhythm dance that they do into the free. This is a beautiful free program that really suits their skating style, their aesthetic, that plays to their strength. If we could just take like 40% of what makes this free so special and inject it into the rhythm dance, I would say that chances of going to the Olympic would have looked a lot better. So we'll have to wait and see. They may decide to change the rhythm dance because of how poorly they did at this competition, or they might just improve it. We're gonna have to wait and see. Evgenia and Jeffrey, too bad about the Twizzles in the rhythm dance. I really like this rhythm dance. I think it's cool. I think it's funky. It really represents what the 90s was about. Um, the joy, the partying, the dancing. It was unfortunate they messed up on their Twizzle. It's also unfortunate that the French Federation is no longer backing this team because I think this team has so much potential. Their free program is really cool. They have some nice moments in it. They connect well to it. So it's just really sad that the judges are not going with them. Um, Lucia and Theo. Scrub is an interesting choice for a rhythm dance. Again, a huge song from the 90s. It's an interesting choice. The outfit for the free dance is so cool. I really like their costuming, their packaging, and I also like the concept of the program. Again, I still think this is in the early stage of it. I would like to see what it looks like by the end. But I think the concept for this program is pretty cool. Yuka and Juno, the rhythm dance is okay. The free is so funky and fun. They really have this act for picking these programs that allows them to play a character because I feel like they're literally ice actors. They're acting on ice. They tell such an imaginative story. They're so creative, and they're able to do that more freely in the free program than they can in the rhythm dance. So I really did enjoy watching them compete this free dance a lot more than I did the rhythm dance. Katrina and Dimitri, uh, they have such a cool free dance for me. I think the Kill Bill concept of a free dance is fabulous. She looks fabulous. It's unfortunate about the sliding move. It seems like they sort of just lost their balance, or they lost control in the sliding move. So that was kind of unfortunate. But again, they're here for the experience. They're here to learn, and they're here to grow. So every bit of it is a lesson. So I'm glad they're getting the opportunity to compete internationally. For the women, I will discuss the top 12 more or less. So in 12th place was Cheon Kim. In 11th place was Elise Len Gracie. In 10th place was Vanessa Selmekova. In ninth place was Natalie Lengerbar. And eighth place was Nina Petrokina. And seventh place was Star Andrew. And sixth place was Lorene Charles. Fifth place was Sarah Maud Dupree. And fourth place was Maria Sanouk. And the top three podium finishers was Serena Juice. It was all Italian. The Italian women dominated here. So Serena Jews took home the bronze medal. Anna Ampazita took home the silver, and Laura Naki Goodman took home the gold medal. I have to first say that there are no safe zones for me in women's skating. I was stressed out enough with the US, Japan, South Korea, but now I feel like Canada and Italy have also thrown their hat into the ring. I don't think my budget will make it, especially now that Dollar Tree has gone from $1.25 tree to now $1.50 tree. I just don't have enough budget to be buying candles while all of these women stress me out over limited number of spots to go to the Olympics. So starting off with the winner, Lara, this short program is so well choreographed and delivered. Every second is enjoyable without it feeling cluttered. My love for Lara knows no bound. With so many skaters skating in their comfort zone for the Olympic season, Lara is choosing growth and uniqueness. And as a fan of the sport, I love that. I can't imagine any other skater being able to do the long program justice the way that Lara is doing this long program justice. This program seems tailor-made for her. Her jumps have never looked better. And again, I know I harp on this all the time. Longevity in this sport is so incredibly important because it has taken Laura several years to get to the technical level that she finds herself now. It was a slow progression, and that slow progression is now paying off. And so many young skaters, because they're trying to do these ultra difficult elements, injure themselves and take themselves out of competition and deny themselves these rich, long-lasting career, the way we're seeing with Laura, slowly building to now having such a solid foundation where she is now competitive. Oh, longevity in this sport is something that I will continue to harp on until the very end. Anna, these jumps have me drooling. The girthiness and her control over her body has improved from season to season. When I first started drooling over her jumps, she would just be going all into, the board. she had too much power, but now that power is slowly being reeled in, and this is what jumps should look like, meaty. The jump should mean something. You should go into it with speed and power. You should be high. You should cover the ice, and you should come out of the jump with equal force and power. Textbook girthy jumps. The short program is really nice, and of course the free program is a very Olympic warhorse program. But again, there are so many people who are playing it safe. There is nothing with a warhorse. Many skaters have won, Olympic medals with a warhorse. I have nothing against a good warhorse, especially when it has such girthy, juicy jumps. Serena really surprised me here. Her jumps look so much more stable. Neither one of her programs have left a really deep impression on me, but the growth in her jumps have left a deep impression on me. The stability that she's managed to gain, her speed looks to be a little better, her spins looks to be a little better, so there's definitely growth going there. She's another one like just throwing a wrench into the Canadian women when we really don't need the stress. Maria, this is a solid debut. This is a solid senior debut. There's so much potential to this skater that I really want to see where she goes. I feel like there's a sense of depth there that we may have to wait and see. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's something there. Sarah, I love this short program. The music choice is on point. The choreography makes sense, and Sarah is telling everything. She is selling everything and then some. I think this is a skater who understands her strength, and her strength is power, it's aggression, and we see that. Another girthy jumper type of skater. She is a performer. She's the kind of open performer skater that invites the audience to come in and enjoy the performance with her. I love those kind of skaters, as well as the introspective kind of skaters as well. This is such a well-tailored short program. The triple axel, if she could get that triple axel, I just feel like it will be such a beautiful, suited, tailored jump for her, and I cannot wait to see it. The long program is not as effective as the short program. However, I do feel like Sarah is putting herself in that conversation for the Canadian committee when they go to make that decision. A decision that I'm glad I do not have to make, because I would be pulling out hairs left and right. Then Laureen, oh goodness, guys, jumps have improved. Her jumps used to give me heart pain. However, this season, her jumps have become so much more stable. Her posture in the jump looks so much better. She used to have this wonky posture. Her legs look better in the air. Like, the improvement in her jumps is truly amazing. I am a huge fan of the improvement she's made. And it's not just in her jump. She's also made improvement in her spin, her musicality. She's performing more. She's opening more. Her positions are looking like she took some off-ice training, did some ballet classes. Very nicely done here. We also saw Star Andrew. Star Andrew is a huge Beyonce fan. That we could tell. This is her second season of a Beyonce program, which is it's a very Star Andrew type of program. It's very much in her wheelhouse. The Long is a pretty lyrical program. Again, very much in her wheelhouse. Very much a Star Andrew program. Star, in terms of her jumps as well as her vocabulary of movement, is a pretty stagnant skater. Her jumps have not gotten worse. They have not gotten better. Her skating skill has not gotten better. They have not gotten worse. Everything is just in that lower middle pack of the skating. So whenever she comes, she's not gonna be all the way up here, but she's not gonna be last. She's always gonna be in that lower middle half, which is where her skating has stagnated. And again, this is not a criticism. Figure skating is very competitive. As someone who's gotten on the ice and all I could do is crawl, I'm in no place to criticize. I'm just giving my opinion on what, having watched Star from the video of I whip my hair back and forth to where she is now, technically, artistically, I feel like she's reached a plateau and that is where she's performing. And again, Star has also had a lot of medical condition. I believe she had heart issues. So there is so much there. So even for her to be able to compete at this level, again, as someone who can only crawl on the ice, is incredibly amazing. So this is not a criticism, it's just a statement of where I see her skating being, which is, you know, at that level and fairly stagnant. Nina really struggled in the short program. However, she came back in the long program, and I think that shows that she is a top skater. I also feel like the decision to keep her free program is understandable. So many skaters are playing it safe. It is the Olympic season. Whatever you need to do to feel comfortable to get you to that Olympic, I'm with it. Elise started last season with a bang. And we started adding her to conversations. We started seeing her on the podium at nationals. However, she was unable to maintain that momentum. And by the middle of the season, she had fuzzled out. This season, she is starting off with a struggle. So I can only hope to see a slow, steady rise from her. As far as the program is concerned, because of the errors in both programs, I can't really give a fair assessment. Her jumps look really under-rotated sometimes. All in all, it doesn't seem like she's quite competition ready, which is okay because it's so early in the season and a lot of skaters, sometimes it takes a longer period to get where they need to be ready for the season. Right now, it's a struggle, but I would like to believe that it's a struggle that Elise can overcome. Then Cheon Kim. Oh wow. Was it changing coach and environment, which I think may not have been the best decision to make right before the start of Olympic season? Is that what's being played out here? I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Her jumps, which is where Cheon usually excel, at this event was a little bit of a mess, and she struggled. As one of the most consistent skaters, I hope there's no injury here, and this is just the start of the season adjustment for her. I still need Cheon to emote more in the face when she skates. I like an ice queen as much as the next person. However, figure skating is a performative sport. You have to give a level of performance, and I do feel like with Cheon, the face is pretty monotone. It's pretty blank, which is a disconnect with the music and the choreography that she is sharing with the audience. So I really would like to see more in her face as she competes throughout this season. But all in all, I feel like it's early in the season and I don't want to count Cheon out because she's such a little fighter. I don't want to count her out. The last skater I would love to speak about, even though she did not finish in the top 12, is Ava Marie Zingler. She finished 16th overall here. Ava is coming back from surgery. So for her to even be here competing, finishing 16th, I think is incredible. I don't know if Ava can be healed enough to get back to a place where she is going to be in the conversation for the upcoming Olympics. However, I do feel like Ava is one of those well rounded skaters coming out of the US women field. And if not this season, then I definitely think next season and the next four coming years, we may see some truly amazing skating from Ava. All in all, this was my take on this event, but you guys let me know, what did you think of the event? Um, I didn't get it 100%, but I got some of it right. I got some of it really wrong. But how did you guys do? Let me know in the comments.